Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and thank you for tuning in. In today's episode I have a FrSky tandem receiver SR-18. It has a 2.4 GHz and a 900 MHz also. So in today's episode I'm going to configure this into my Hanger 9 MB339 turbine jet. So let's get started, and if you enjoyed the video, please help comment, like and subscribe on this button. Thank you for watching. And here is the MB339, and here I have the rudder, the elevator, all the steps are glued in right here. Here's the elevator here, and here's the wing, and the wing has ailerons all set up already, and the flap is already glued in here. And so the next step is for the servo to go in, but we need to set up the receiver, and that is what this video will show, how to set up the receiver tandem SR-18 for this MB339. So here is the receiver. It comes like this, 18 channel, okay, 2.4 and 900, and it comes with a plug here, on and off plug here, and here is a connector to the side of the receiver to control the on and off when you plug in the battery. So this is what it comes with, but I'm gonna use this additional pull plug so I can install in my plane easier. And the same thing connector to that, and when you disengage, that means it powers on. When you plug, that means power is off when the battery is connected to the XT30 on the receiver. And as for reference, I'm using Ethos 1.5.9 version as of the making of this video. Okay, so step 2 is to download the file that we need, the firmware file. So let's go to Google and type in FrSky-RC.com, and I'm just going to do a /TDSR18 and go directly into that link right here, because I know exactly what it is. Okay, so let's go to here, type it like that, and here we arrive at the TDSR18 download page. You can go to product, receiver, and 2.4 if you want to do it that way, but I'm just going to go here. So in the firmware here, the latest is this version. I'm going to download here, and it's going to download to my download file here, and here it is, a zip file. Okay, and we're going to scroll down, and we also need the Lua script here, so let's download the latest here and download to here. So we have two zip files, the script and the firmware. So let's minimize this, and I create my own temp directory. So I'm going to copy both of the zip file over into my temp directory here. Okay, and I'm going to minimize this, and let's extract this and see. So extract all, and you're going to extract to that directory, and the same thing as for the TDSR18 zip here. Okay, but I can delete that now and extract this file all to here, and here it is, and I can delete the zip file because I don't need it anymore. Okay, so here we are. We have two of these file folder here. If you go down here, those are the script. You can read the README if you want, and here's the firmware for the TDSR18. That's the file that we need. Okay, right, so the next step is to copy the download file onto the radio. So here we have the two folders that we download. So let's bring up the radio here and power up the radio. Press these two buttons right here and put it into bootloader mode, and connect the USB to the back of the radio here to mount the drive. And in a minute you will see the drive is mounted here. So that's what we have. So let's open another file explorer here. Okay, and here we have another file explorer, and as you can see, the mount drive is flash and radio here. And under the radio here, I have a script folder. If you don't have this folder, you should create a new folder here, call it scripts. Okay, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna copy the three Lua scripts from where we downloaded. Okay, under here, okay, under script here, and there are three Lua script folder. Copy all three of them and put it under scripts. Okay, so let's open the script here and go back here, highlight all three, copy, and bring it over, yank it, and paste it on under the script folder under the radio name. Okay, now that the Lua script is copied over, so let's go up here And let's look at under firmware here. I have a firmware, I call this receiver. Okay, and I have Archer Plus and TW series, but I don't have the tandem series. So I'm going to create a new folder here. I'm going to call it TD series for tandem series, and I'm going to copy the firmware from the TD SR-18 onto here. So let's go back here, go up here, go up one more, and where we download the TD SR-18 is here, and under this folder, copy the FRSK file, okay, copy, and place it under the TD series here. So now we have the firmware and the 3 Lua script ready to go on the radio, okay? And of course you can eject the drive and move on from here. Okay, so the next step here, we're gonna create the plane file, but first let's take a look here. The tandem SR-18 is connected to a 2S battery through the XT30 adapter here, and here is the power switch adapter connected, and basically when I pull it out, that means it's on. I connect it, it's off. Okay, that's how it works for the TD SR-18, and it's gonna be mounted on the plane. Okay. So that's that. Right, so now let's bring in the radio and power up the radio and verify what we upload onto the radio. Okay, so on the radio side here, let's go to this setting here, and those are the 3 scripts that we copy. Okay, the Lua script. Okay, and go back here and look at the file name under firmware, the receiver, and we have a TD series, and we have the FRSK, the firmware for the TD SR-18. Okay. So now let's create a bin file. So go to the airplane icon here, and let's create a model select here, and under turbine directory I'm gonna create a new file here, and just create a model here, and basically it's gonna be airplane, basic airplane. Hit next here, and here it's gonna ask you you're gonna use a stabilizer receiver, and I have a TD SR-18, so just find the TD RS-18. This is so nice. I mean, it's set up everything for you right here. So TD SR-18, that's what we had, and hit next here. Okay, and engine is going to be 1 channel engine next, and aileron is 2 channel. Flap, I'm going to have 2 channel. Okay, so let's find and select 2 channel for it's independent servo 2 channel. Okay, that's good. Okay, so next here, traditional tail here. Okay, next. And elevator is 2 channel, 2 different servo for it, and rotor is 1 channel. Okay, and hit next here, and it's gonna ask this for gain adjustment. So the gain adjustment here is as before. We use instead of switch, we use the pot here for gain adjustment. So it's gonna select that for the pot 1. And stabilize mode 1 is like is for auto level, which is like safe. And AS3X, which is like a stabilizer mode. So I'm going to select this switch here as always here. You can select whatever switch you like, but my preference is that switch, SE. So I'm going to do that for stabilizer mode 1. And stabilizer mode 2 is emergency mode, that's what they call. And I'm going to select this switch here, SC. Okay, for me. Just select whatever switch that you feel comfortable with that, and that will be set into the RF mix, and everything will be good to go. So here we have that, and we're done, and hit next here, and it'll show you all the aileron and assign to different channel on 2 elevator, elevator 2, and throttle. So that is good. So hit next here, and I'm gonna name my plane the MB339. So where's the B here? Here we go, MB space 339. And I'm going to put in the picture later. Okay, so hit enter here. Okay, and that is done. So if you go here and look at the we can look at the, let's look at the airplane icon here, and look at the mix that it creates for you. Look, it assigned everything for you already. Instead you have to manually do it. This is great. I mean, this makes life so easier here. Okay, so the next step here is basically we're going to register and bind the TD SR-18. So we have the TD SR-18 here. It's connected with the power on off switch here, and I have the XT30 here connected to the 2S LiPo battery. Okay, so everything is ready here. All right, so on the radio side of it, let's focus in and let's register the receiver here first. That's what we need to do. So hit airplane icon, RF system, and here we go, internal module. Let's turn it on and make sure you select TD mode here, okay, so it can recognize the TD series, okay, and what we need to do is register this right now. So hit register here, and it's waiting here. So when you do register here, basically you're gonna have to hold a button down here and reset the power here so I can detect and register. So on my two hand here, I'm gonna pull that out, okay, so that now it says register. So I'm gonna hit that, hit OK, and basically it's register, flickering the lights, okay. So next step is to bind. Okay, so hit RX1 here, waiting for receiver. Okay, so just cycle the power and it will recognize it. So just plug it in, okay, and pull it out, which is power on, and select the TD SR-18 for binding. The blue light is blinking and everything is good. Okay, so now we are registered and bound to the TD SR-18. Okay, another thing is very important. We need to do over-the-air update for the TD SR-18 firmware. So with the TD SR-18, I power off the receiver here. Okay, and if you recall, go back here. We upload the firmware onto here already. So go to setting, under file manager. Remember, we under the firmware directory here, we download the receiver firmware. And it was under tandem series folder, and it's called something FRSK right here. So just click that and click it again, and you want to do flash RX by internal OTA. So click that, and now just power up the receiver by pulling the knob, okay, and select the device to flash OTA, and it's said current version is 1.0111. which is fine because I just want to show you how I update it again. So here is flashing the OTA. So I'm going to speed it up here, and the flash should be done at 100% and success. So hit close here, and it automatically register and bind the receiver again right here. And we have the latest update firmware now, which is great. And we can verify that. You know, we can just go back and verify we have the latest firmware here, and under setting, okay, and in the info, and we have 1.0.11. Okay, so on to calibrating the receiver. So go to setting here, and these are the 3 little scripts that we download. Okay, so go to SRX stable, make sure it's open here, and turn on stabilizing here. Okay, so let's calibrate SRX calibration here. Hit that, and it tells you to set the receiver like so. So I'm going to move the receiver like this, and hit enter on your radio. Okay, and it's waiting, so it tells you to flip it upside down now, and I'm going to flip it upside down, and let's see how you do it. I'm going to use the box here to hold it easier, so it's upside down like this. Okay, so hit enter. Okay, recognize that, so it's telling me to hold it vertical upward. So I'm going to use the box and hold it vertical up. Okay, and I'm going to hit enter right here on the radio, and it recognize that. Now tell you flip it upside down. Okay, so I'm going to use the box again here to hold it upside down like so, and let's hit enter here, and let's see it recognize that, and it did. So now on the side, hold it on the side like so. So let's put it like this. Okay, hit enter, and it recognize that, and it tell you flip the other side around. Okay, I'm going to do like so, and I'm going to hit enter, and the calibration is finished. Now the TD SR-18 is done, so it's calibrated. Okay, so now let's verify the servo movement before we install on the plane. So I'm going to plug this servo onto my TD SR-18 here as channel 1, and that was, remember, aileron. So let's verify if it works or not. Okay, so the movement of aileron, and there you go, the servo work. So now you are ready to install your servo onto the plane. So the TD SR-18 is configured for servo placement on the plane now, which is awesome. All right, here the final step is self-check. So let's go to setting here, and if you recall the 3 Lua script that we downloaded, so let's go to SRX stabilizer and open, and make sure it's open here and turned on. It would be nice to connect the plane so that you can see the surface movement, but in our case we haven't put the servo in the plane yet, so I would just go over the step for you here right now. Okay, so before the self-check is enabled, make sure the switch step mode 1 we set earlier is set to auto level on here. Okay, and then you can enable the self-check here. So let's enable the self-check here. Click that and hit enable, and here you just have to maneuver the throttle stick like so, and on the throttle side just move the rotor around like that. Okay, and once you've done that, just wait for a few seconds and the receiver will flicker with all the servo movement like so, and then it ends the self check, and that is done. And next we can scroll down here, and we need to set the wing type to normal, my case, for the MB339, and make sure the mounting type is horizontal correctly. And here you verify the aileron and elevator rudder direction, and if you need to invert it, you need to invert it here and verify the gyro movement is correctly. So after that, you get out here, you go back to airplane icon and make sure your regular output surface movement on the plane is correct. If not, you need to reverse it here. Same thing as all the elevator and rudder here when you check your plane. So that is pretty much done for the self-check and calibration, and it's a go now. So in conclusion of this video, we have shown configuring the receiver TD SR-18 for the MB339, and it was quite tedious. And if you made it this far, kudos for all of you. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you find helpful, please help comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. And thank you for watching, and hope to see you on the flying field. Bye now.